What's up, guys? Your boy Darkskin, and today we're going to be talking about Escanor's passive. Now, if you guys don't know, in my last video, I talked about is Escanor trash, or do I think he's good, or whatever the case may be, or I don't know. But anyways, if you guys haven't checked that video out, make sure you check that video out. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into this video and talk about Escanor. Now, where is he? Right here. Anyways, let's talk about Escanor. Now, my Escanor is level 60, 4-star. I'm not going to be basing this off of my Escanor per se, because obviously my Escanor is not like, maxed out and stuff like that. But I've seen Escanor gameplay from Korean streamers, and shout out to my boy etc. He like maxed out his Escanor. But yeah, anyways, today's just going to be about his passive, right? So like his stats and stuff don't even mean as much. But anyways, now if you guys don't know what his passive is, Escanor's passive, when a character, well, okay, it says a character, but it's only him. It's only him. So when Escanor's ult gauge reaches max, cleanse and disable buffs and debuffs. Now, if you don't know what that really means, it means when his ult gauge reaches max, 5 ult gauge, let's say he's petrified, attack sealed, and he can't debuff people, debuff sealed. Once he reaches max ult gauge, all of those go away. And the thing about that, right? The thing about that is, let's say Escanor gets petrified, right? Petrified, attack sealed, anything like that. The thing about that is, you can still move cards around to get his ult. So basically, if you move cards around and get his ult, he automatically cleanses. Now, the downside to this is, he also cleanses buffs. Now, in PvP, you don't buff at all. And in PvE, I don't really see you using Escanor over other units. Like, in story mode, you're not going to really be using Escanor over Green Meliodas, really. Or, I mean, story is easy, so you can use anybody, really. But, in raids, you're not using Escanor over Green King. Let's just be real. So, I don't really see Escanor being used outside of PvP, and like I said, in PvP, you don't buff in PvP. Like, if you get a level 3 go through skill up, I don't know, something's going on. But anyways, so pretty much it's just he disables debuffs at that point, and he cleanses. Now, I do want to say, I think this passive would be trash on anyone else, anybody else. But you gotta realize his first card, right? At 2-star, he gives himself 1 ult gauge, and at 3-star, he gives himself 2 ult gauge. On top of using the card. So that's 3 ult gauge off rip. If you're using Merlin, you got 4 ult gauge. And then because you moved the card most likely, you got 5 ult gauge. I've used him quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit. I've probably played about 8 matches with him. And I've gotten my ult turn 1 every time. Like, every single time. If I went first. If I went first, I got my ult. Turn 1. Now, if I didn't go first, chances are Helbram or Merlin or somebody took away my ult, because they knew what was up. But, yeah, if I went first, Escanor got his ult not turn 1, but the next turn. You know what I'm saying. Not to mention, if they didn't have Merlin or Helbram, they could not stop me from ulting. Literally, because once he gets his ult, and I talk about this in my last video, once Escanor gets ult, if you don't have someone that can take his ult away, you cannot stop him. You cannot stop his ult. You cannot CC him. You can't petrify him. You can't attack, seal, none of that. Nothing. He cannot be CC'd. Milim has an ability that stops people from ulting. You can't do it. So once he gets ult, if you don't use Helbram or Helbram, Elaine, Merlin, Red Bond, you cannot stop this man. Which, yeah, I know people use Merlin and Helbram a lot. But the thing about that is, if Helbram doesn't have an attack card, can't do it. If Merlin doesn't have an attack card, or if she's not even in the game, because most people run her in the 4. They don't even run her up front. Then yeah, Escanor's probably going to kill King. And I say that because people run a lot of King. Or Escanor's going to kill Gallon. Whichever one, it don't matter. He's going to kill them. I don't know. I think his passive is very good. And the reason why his passive is even more so good is because his ult does so much damage. And since you can practically, well, almost literally not stop it, I feel like if this ult was on anybody else, it would not be good. But because it's on Escanor and how Escanor works, it's good. He can give himself ult gauge. Chances are a lot of people run Merlin. On top of, once he has max ult, you cannot stop it. I feel like his passive, it's not top tier, right? But I feel like his passive is not as bad as people make it, simply because how Escanor works. But anyways, shorter video. That's all I want to do for this video. So that's going to be about it. Be sure to give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Comment down below. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. With that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.